3, 2,
Look, I don't want to.
Welcome back to the Dust Off the Mic podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell me more about your bad life decisions.
It's and they's such a bougie bitch. I really don't care.
The gulf between where you want to be and where you are
I wouldn't let her touch me.
is a lot smaller than you think.
You're just not ready for something. That's what that was.
We'll talk later.
I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed. Because I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted.
Oh my God.
You gotta
So I was like, all right, cool.
You need the patience and the pressure to detonate. I'm trying to blow up.
Gloves are off.
Get it straight, gifted with a vision and precision. I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was iron in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the.
Hi, everybody. Your boy can't figure out his own production. Welcome back to Dust Off the Mic. It's not Wednesday. It is a surprise Sunday sit down, and we were just talking about. I think I'm going to make that an official thing for comedians, that because you guys are busy in the week. We're all, you know. Plus, I got a full-time job. You got a full-time job. It is a pain in the nuts. Yeah, Holly Huff, ladies and gentlemen. Introduce yourself. Say hi.
Yeah, hello. My name is Holly Huff. I am a stand-up comic. We're based here in South Jersey, Philadelphia region. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and I'm very excited to be here in this luxury garage. I've done so many podcasts that are on people's couches, so to like occasionally you get in one where they have like a real I mean, just the mic and the headset is phenomenal.
You can tell this is my thing. This is my thing. I have a friend who plays baseball, and I have friends who like have certain hobbies, and they're like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "I just sit in my garage and redecorate 1,000 times, and I invite random strangers into my And then, that usual line, just when you get here, call me and I'll let you into the garage. That's usually, it's usually either, you got a solid guest when they're like, oh, yeah, no problem. Fuck it, let's go. Hey, can I bring beer? Or
yeah, right.
So what was I going to ask you? Where you said you're originally from, Atco, South Jersey area?
Yes.
Is that where you started doing comedy? Or did you, kind of, somebody yoink you up and take you to Philly? Or
No. Well, I started primarily doing comedy in South Jersey in High Note Humor, which is now I help run it. But when I started, I was just going there. Mm-hmm. So started in South Jersey, and like I said, that was about 2 years ago. I do go to Philly. I don't do too many mics in Philly just because it's a lot of stress to get there and park and stuff like that. But I do a lot of shows in Philly,
and it's very cliquey from from past experiences and from what I've heard. I haven't done any stand up in Philly for probably like 5-6 years.
Yeah. Oh wow.
But I've been on and off for most of my career. But Steve Neely told me it's very cliquey, and I don't know what your experience is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just ridiculously popular. No, I'm just
kidding. I could see it.
No, there are. Yeah, it's definitely. I would say even in Jersey, there's definitely cliques. I mean, it's people like to say comedy's just high school extended, but it's ran by the nerds, which is a very accurate situation. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the comedy cliques are either geographic, like you're saying. There's the Philly, and then there's the Jersey, and then there's kind of sub cliques that it seems are a little bit more like talent based, like kind of like people on the same tier. Yeah, exactly. Okay. People on the same tiers, people that are doing the same shows are going to kind of fall together. Nice. But yeah, I mean, I can't say that I've had negative. I do hear a lot of negative from people having, but personally, I haven't. But I think being a woman also kind of helps with that stuff.
Yeah. You think it helps being a woman? Yeah.
Well, in terms of not being like excluded from like the social. Yeah, exactly,
okay,
exactly.
You think people are instinctively nicer because you're a female?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I think so.
Do you think the autism does any injustice in comedy? Do people mess with you? Do you think it's like a superpower?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of getting diagnosed with autism was kind of what. Because I'd always wanted to do stand-up. I mainly want to, as a goal, write for television, cartoons, like that. That was always kind of what I wanted to do. And obviously stand-up is just the easiest way to get into that kind of stuff without, already being in it. But so I had always wanted to do it, but I was always holding myself back. And then when I was 25, I got diagnosed with autism. And then it was like, all right, well, I'm not going to let this hold me back from doing what I want to do. And then it was, maybe I sat on it for like a year because I started 2 years ago. Now I'm 28. And then I started doing the stand-up. And I kind of really built my brand around that because it was like, this is something I can talk about that, there are a good amount.
About it, yeah.
Yeah, there are a good amount of autistic comedians in the scene. But percentage-wise, we make up a small part of it. So it's, and I post on Reddit a lot, and I get so many comments from people like, oh, I can relate, like I relate to this so much. I was diagnosed as an adult, things like that. So it is cool to kind of put that out and have people relate to it.
Now, forgive me, why such a late diagnosis? Don't they usually find out earlier?
Yeah, so, there's kind of two parts to it. One, had I been diagnosed as a child, I would have been diagnosed with Asperger's. Because what I'm diagnosed with is level 1 autism, which is basically what they rebranded the Asperger's as. Girls, really not until kind of, I would say it seems like 2010s, weren't really getting diagnosed with autism unless it was, a little bit more severe, nonverbal, those kinds of things. And I talked, but I would say the same things over and over again, but I was talking. So it wasn't anything that ever was a concern. And I was also always very good in school, straight A's, all that stuff. So it's kind of the flags that would have gotten me caught just kind of went under the radar.
They weren't as prominent as,
right.
They weren't like super negative signs.
Yeah. And it was kind of the same thing with my dad. My dad, when he was a child, was nonverbal, I think, until he was 5 or 6, but it was the 70s, so it was, they didn't know. And again, he wasn't
different way of addressing
doing
issues.
anything, to really cause concern other than he was just delayed with the speech, and they put him in speech classes, and they kind of just sent him on his way. So me getting diagnosed was also, for my dad, like an eye-opener of, oh, well, that explains it. So, but yeah, so, it's just girls. They're starting to now understand that girls can have autism, but for a long time it was just seen as a male diagnosis, a male issue. Yeah,
I never knew there was a differential in opinion on it, I guess, or not opinion, but like a diagnosis.
Yeah, they think it's because girls are socialized a lot differently, kind of in the way that we're raised, where it's kind of harder to act autistic in a way when you're a girl, especially when you're young, because it just gets corrected very quickly.
Mistaken as like shy,
right? Yeah, and it was exactly. I was written off as shy, as introverted, and as long as I was somewhere with a book, I was fine.
Yeah.
So
look at her behaving.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Behaved. Enough. That's the word. Yep.
Okay. Wow. And then once you found out as a full-grown adult, like what clicked, what changed, what kind of drove you to jump into comedy?
Yeah, well, it was just, I had a very, like, pretty much starting from, like, age 20 when I was in college and kind of my routine and everything was changing. I just had started having a lot of problems. I've always had OCD since I was a kid, and it got really bad.
I'm sorry about the studio then. All the frames are crooked.
No, that's
I do
all
that
right.
on purpose to freak people out.
I don't have that kind of OCD.
Okay,
I have the checking the locks on the door.
If I would have gone to the bathroom and come back in and everything was straight, I'd have been like, wow, that was
It's all right.
impressive.
You've got Funko Pops, so
I do.
You get a pass.
I got one Funko Pop. It was a DeLorean because I like Back to the Future. And then everybody just assumed I love Funko Pops, and then now I have a bunch of them.
Oh no, they're cute.
Yeah, now I enjoy them. I'm sorry, you were saying.
I've got a huge Funko Pop shelf, which you said you watched some of my clips, and I talk about that there too. But yeah, so it was kind of a relief because I had been told so many things. It was like, oh, you have social phobia, and it just never felt right because I was like, well, I'm not phobic of social, like I like socializing. It's just very hard for me, if I'm in a room where it's very loud and there's a lot going on, like I kind of shut down. So it was written off as you're socially phobic, but it never felt right, like the actual answer. And then when I was diagnosed with autism, then it was like, okay, this makes sense. And then there was kind of a guidebook of here's how you, like before I couldn't go to the grocery store and go shopping. But now I know if I just put in my noise canceling headphones, like I'm good. Yeah, I have my list sorted by aisle, so I know exactly where I need to go. And it's just little things like that for a long time I didn't know I needed to do for myself because I didn't have the answers. And so it's helped me tremendously, especially of just kind of fitting into society and being able to function. Just knowing what I need to do to get myself there. And that was kind of what helped with comedy as well, is once I could get my personal life together in a place where I felt, I was more functional, then it was like, okay, now I can do this.
Wow. And then to go from, I guess you would say like what people would refer to as like shy, to probably one of the most intensely awkward and challenging social things you could do, and that's try and make an entire group of people laugh.
Right.
Was that like a self-dare? Was that like a challenge that you just said, fuck it, I accept?
Yeah, it's almost like, people ask me that a lot, like, well, how do you go on stage? But it's kind of, when I'm going on stage, I have my material, I know exactly what I'm going to say, so it almost removes, like, I feel like it's almost sometimes harder to be at a party and make small talk, because you don't know what you're going to say, you don't know what they're going to say to you. But comedy, for the most part, and I'm not a crowd work person. I need to learn crowd work because it's a good skill to have. But, I'm strictly material. So, you get a riff in here and there when it's necessary. But for the most part, you know exactly what you're going to do. And usually you know exactly how they're going to react to each part of it. It can be different show to show, and sometimes you bomb. Yeah. But for the most part, you're getting a very similar situation each time. So it's actually like very consistent.
Yeah, and you're almost corralling them into the situation that gets them to laugh too.
Right, exactly.
I'm sure it brings out a feeling of comfort in the comedy as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's really, I'm sure in a lot of ways it actually helps me in terms of comedy.
And your perspective as well. Like, I don't claim to know how anybody in that position feels, but like, my brain and being a comedian and a salesman, like my brain goes to several different aspects of that. I call them civilians. Anybody that's not in sales or comedy, I call them civilians or normies. They don't think of trying to put a funny spin on it, or their brain doesn't go to like somebody tripping after being an asshole. Like,
Right.
Do you think you find that a lot? Like your perspective is pinpointed for comedy almost.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, there's a fair amount of autistic people in comedy, and then just, a lot of neurotic personality types as well. So it kind of does, and I think socially, like I've made a lot of friends in comedy, and like genuine friends, and I think that's part of it too, is just like the personality of somebody that is going to write jokes is going to have certain traits, and that makes it a little bit easier. I think for me it probably helps the most with the writing, just kind of understanding that formula and the kind of notes that you have to hit. And I've been complimented on my writing a lot. That's kind of what I'm very proud of. So I think definitely the autism helps with that.
Wow. Nice. I would say it almost sounds like struggle. Like it is a trying thing, right? Like a lot of people who are like addicts in recovery, they tend to make good comedians because they got really crazy stories and they've been in crazy scenarios, and their perspective is infinitely different. Like it's a struggle. It's and obviously autism's got its struggles about it as well. And I would almost relate it to like it's almost like a survivalist type thing. Like you're trying to make it through life. And it's different for you. It's tough for you, like you said. It's tough in social situations. So I think. Would you think that comedy's actually like helping you become more social?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just, because you have to be. You can't get shows and get booked if you're just sitting not talking to anybody. So there's definitely a kind of a networking, and just also again making genuine connections with people that kind of have the same vibe as you, same interests, things like that. But yeah, it really it went from never leaving the house except to go to work, and to now being out multiple nights a week, which is very draining, but it's draining for anybody. But I'm very thankful for it, and it's I never would have thought like that I would have kind of some of the social groups that I have now 2 years ago, even a year ago, really. So yeah, no, it's definitely helped my social life a lot.
So you don't like crowd work?
I've seen some people are brilliant with it. Like Matt Peoples is one.
Yes.
He can just launch, and it's crazy watching him do it. I would love to have that skill, at least just, I don't think I'll ever be a crowd work comedian, but to have it in the back pocket. Because again, you never know, you might get a heckler, or you might just have a rowdy table of drunk. Like I did a show recently, and there was a bachelorette party, and they were awful. And I was unequipped because, they wanted somebody to talk to them the whole time. They didn't want to pay attention.
Right.
And John Montag was actually on that show, and he just did crowd work, and he was phenomenal, and they ate it up. But I did not have that skill. So it's definitely something important to have, and I should probably work on developing it. But then it's like tough, because it's like, can't really do crowd work at open mics too much.
No,
you can try it, but
comics.
it's comics, so the answers you're going to get are not the same thing that you're going to get it with an actual crowd. But then it's like, do you do it at a show? So I keep waiting for my first heckler. I haven't gotten one. Okay. I look forward to it, because it's like, then I'll see where I'm at in terms of, do I need to spend more time working on this, or can I handle myself? I don't, but nobody heckles me.
Nobody. No. Wow. Even the bachelorette party, they didn't.
They didn't.
They're just rowdy, or
they were just rowdy. Yeah, they were just blitzed.
Yeah. Well, if we did, I'm going to be doing a show at the 25 Club again soon. If you wanted to join in on that one, you'll find a heckler.
Where's that at?
It's in Mapleshade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Cool.
It's a social club. It's right off of 38.
Huh.
And it's the Mapleshade 25 Club.
Interesting.
And, I'm setting it up. I'm not sure when. I'm just going to keep saying it out loud until eventually. Until eventually somebody's like, "Hey, did you set it up yet, fuckface?" So, what kind of what? I know when I write, or when I and I'm driving and I find a topic to kind of hold on to and start digging into. There are certain topics in my writing that I find I'm better at making people laugh with. What do you think yours is? Which topics, which life events?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, I kind of have a mix. Some of them are storytelling bits, and then some of them are just general, observational things like that. It kind of, the way I write, and people sometimes ask me for writing advice, and I don't really have any, because it's just, last night I went to Bar 13 in Delaware. I don't know if you've ever been. They do a lot of comedy down there. Okay. And I went just to watch. They were doing a Jello wrestling show, which was awesome. It was crazy.
Nice. Good watch.
Yeah, I know. It was amazing. I watched two of my friends wrestle. One was Jesus, and the other was Black Donald Trump. So
I didn't know you were friends with Jesus. It's an honor.
I am friends with Jesus.
It's an honor.
But, and then at the very end of the night, this group of bikers walked in, because it's a dive bar, and this group of bikers walked in. And at that point, I was standing by myself waiting for them to be done, getting their things to leave. And one of them started talking, and I was terrified. And the things that he was saying were very spooky. And so, but then it's on the way home, I just voiced to text an entire bit about it that I'll try out this week. So it's kind of, there's not really a process. It's just when something comes to you, it's write it down as fast as possible. And even if it's just jumbled, just get it down before you forget what you were thinking about.
How do you get it down as quickly as possible?
I always I use the notes in the phone. And then when I actually write bits, I do the legal pads, the yellow legal pads, because that's what Jerry Seinfeld did. And and so when I'm actually writing it out in the structure and the format, I do it on paper. But for just kind of crafting ideas and getting everything together, I'll use the notes. And a lot of times I'm driving, so I will do the voice to text as well.
Just to keep the idea in there.
Yeah.
And then at least get the general premise.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times I've had a good idea and I got nothing there. And I'm just flying down 295 and I can't pick up I'm not going to pick up my phone and start typing fart jokes during the highway.
Get Siri to do it for you.
No, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I feel like it's listening. I think everything's listening.
Oh, I have it shut off too. I can't. And sometimes she'll pop up and I'm like, I have this shut off. How is this at? Yeah,
Well, we can go down this rabbit hole. I not only have stickers for these cameras for when I walk, so these two right here, and then this one over here is unplugged. I still have the screen thing. There's a little slidey thing you can shut the camera off or it can't see, but I bet you it's still listening.
Oh, I'm the same way.
I bet you it's not. I don't say nothing incriminating on the podcast.
I know. Well, before comedy, I didn't have any of the social media apps or anything like that, because same thing, it's always listening. But now I have to be on that stuff. And then, sometimes I'll talk to somebody and then 5 minutes later open Instagram and there's an ad for it. And I'm just this is bizarre.
We haven't had the need to buy baby food for like 2-3 years now. And then we were just having a conversation about stuff in baby food, and then it came up on my Amazon. Like, hey, you want to? I know you fucking want it. You've been talking about it.
It's nuts.
And
it's like, how do you turn it off? You can't.
Oh, Bars from Sugar said, "I'll be your heckler for the growth."
For the growth, come out to a show. Oh, I like being a woman helps? Question mark.
Yeah, I don't know what your experience with Twitch is, but this is pretty par for the course.
I wanted to. I don't have any equipment. I would long term love to stream.
It's I'm an idiot, and I got it to work.
Yeah,
I get it to work.
Oh, this is a great setup.
Thank you. Well, this is just like I have 2 daughters and a wife, and I'm not gonna put all this shit around there and make them stare at it all day. So like I made sure I had my space and like,
yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, now I have all this stuff out here, and I've been doing stand-up since I did my first stand-up when I was 17.
Oh wow!
And then sporadic life history, in and out of institutions and stuff like that. Got back into it, got back out of it, got back into it, and then like same as you, about 2 years ago, I just made a decision like I want to get back. I really want to start doing it. Like I've been talking about it for my entire life. Like I'm going to be a comedian. I'm going to do comedy. I would love to do voiceovers. You were talking about, like I would love to do cartoon voices. And
I know,
stuff like
it'd be
that.
so cool.
I got so many under my repertoire, and I try and put them into my comedy all the time. I don't know if you were there when I performed at High Note a while back, but I try and put them in there.
Yeah. Well, you got to come back out. I mean, I'm sure it's tough having like a family to have the time. Yeah.
And then like the show day is Wednesdays, so
right.
So it's a pain in the nuts sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Well, if you come out, I can make sure you get up early.
Ask him about his H8 interface. Yeah, so that's my buddy Jay. That's his H8 interface. So I mean, it's really this thing right here.
Oh, I see.
It's what all the microphones and stuff go
cool.
into. Yeah, I love that little thing. It's the only reason I'm able to do this. It made it easy.
Yeah, that's great.
Everything's been either donated or people have helped set it up. Like my buddy Slayer, he'll probably pop in at some point. He's like walked me through it. Just random people I've met on the internet. Like people want to help.
Oh yeah,
you
that's
succeed.
cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And that was just like him going. I messaged him because I thought one of his videos were funny. I was like, hey man, we should chat. And then he's like, hey, you should take your podcast and do live. And then boom, just turned into this.
That's awesome. Yeah, online is great. I met like I said, through Reddit, posting stuff on there. I've met some people through that. And yeah, online friends are so cool.
They are. I have 2 friends in Arkansas. Like I consider them best friends, almost brother-like. Never met them face to face.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I've raised dinosaurs with them online, but I've never met them face to face. So you said you'd love to start getting what? You want to stream, or you just want to like get a gaming setup?
I mean, I'm not a huge gamer. I've played Skyrim for 15 years at this? No, 14, 2011. And I play it over, and I got the Oblivion remastered because I was too young to play the original. And I started playing it, and I was just like, it's not Skyrim.
Even remastered with the Skyrim-like graphics, it's not Skyrim.
I need to get back, and I got pretty far in Baldur's Gate, and then I keep going back to Skyrim.
And Elden Ring, anything like that? Did you ever try and play any of that?
I spent the $60 on Elden Ring.
Played it for 20 minutes. I was like, fuck this.
I played it for 5, and I said, how do I change the difficulty? And then I Googled for 20 minutes, and then figured out that I can't. And I said, well, this isn't going to work out for me.
You realize that is the difficulty.
Yeah.
You're like, oh fuck. Yeah, that was a nightmare.
I know, that's crazy. And I know so many people who are so far, and I'm like, how do you do this?
Yeah. I know people who will grind. Like, first of all, they have the time. They actually have the time to play. Now they don't, but then they did. But my buddies in Arkansas, they're carrying me through every game. Like we play Escape from Tarkov. It's a very
I've seen that one.
So in depth. Like you got to individually load the magazines. You got to make sure he eats and drinks. It's fucking crazy. And then these guys are literally carrying me in their backpacks the whole way. They're like, oh, what missions you got? All right, just follow me. We're going here. And they kill 6 people on the way. And then here I am like a little pet. They're trying to seek to safety.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's insane. I like that. I like survival games. I like DayZ. I just downloaded Scum.
I've never heard of that one.
Scum is it's been around for a while, but it just launched. If you're big into being a computer nerd, like I played it when alpha and like when like the games start. Demoing and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
That just launched. That's a good one. That's a stupid hyper survival one too. Like it tracks your vitamins. It's
Oh my
it's
God.
ridiculous.
I couldn't.
Yeah, if you're meticulous and you like things got to be all green, like it'll piss you off so
Yeah.
bad. Like I just want everything to be green, so I'll stop every 30 seconds to make sure my hydration's. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What
That's
games would
awesome.
you play?
Well, so I'm a console gamer. I would love to again get a computer.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a laptop, but it's not anything that could do any of this stuff. So I mean, I have the PlayStation 5. I've always been a PlayStation person.
Nice.
And then I recently got a Switch because my fiance got the new Switch. So that means I get the old Switch.
Nice.
And I was so excited because I when I was younger, I did have a computer that I could play games on, and I was huge into Portal. And PlayStation doesn't have Portal, but the Switch does. So I have been into that.
Nice.
It's good nostalgia.
I played it a couple of times, so my memories of it are very fuzzy. What so you said you're 28?
Yes.
Nice. So you're I'm 34. So your gaming era is slightly behind mine. So
Yeah.
you didn't really dive too much into like N64 or any of that.
No.
The PS1.
I was never. We were never Nintendo. My dad had like PlayStation 1, and so I would play that with him. But
good one.
he I don't think he ever. I mean, he probably had some of the very early Nintendo stuff, but it was before I was born. Everything I always knew was PlayStation. So even the Switch to me is like totally different.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we started up with like the original Nintendo. My brother had an Atari because he was born in the 80s. So I've been exposed to a lot of it.
Yeah.
And only recently, like, this is my COVID buy. This was my stimulus package, right?
Yeah, there you go.
This was my stimulus buy right here. And I built it. My buddy from Arkansas FaceTimed me while I'm literally
awesome.
screwing stuff, and he's like, "All right, don't fuck that up. All right, you're good in there."
Wow.
He's like, "You're gonna want to put this layer of goo on this little square, and then you put,
Oh, that's so
it's
cool. That must have been so stressful.
so stressful. So stressful. I made sure to buy like a magnetic screwdriver just in case I lost one in the fucking
Oh,
like a
yeah,
screw in the case.
wow.
And he's like, "Do you have a magnetic screwdriver?" First thing out of his mouth, "You have a magnetic screwdriver?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Good. You're gonna need it."
Oh, that's so smart. And most people wouldn't even think about that.
No. Well, I'm not a mechanic, but I've attempted at fixing cars several times, and I can't tell how many bolts I've lost and
Yeah, right.
swear words and how many times I've cursed in front of my daughters.
Oh.
So you said you're a big Batman fan,
Yes.
and then you stretched from the '89 to the brand spanking new one.
Yeah.
Kind of sandwiched yourself in there. Like, what about any of the in-betweeners?
So, I mean, where I really kind of got into it was just being a kid and Batman the Animated Series playing on, like, I think it was WB at that point. Saturday
WB.
morning Batman. And I watch that show every night. It's the best. It was such like an adult cartoon, but it was fine for kids. And I feel like the 90s and early 2000s, that was the name of the game. It was like cartoons
Who can walk the
for
line.
adults, but yeah, get away with
That's
it.
how you got SpongeBob.
I know.
That's how you got Invader Zim. That's how you got Ren and Stimpy.
I've been watching SpongeBob lately too, because it's all on Paramount Plus now. You can watch the old stuff. But watching it again as an adult, you're like,
All the
this was
innuendos.
nuts.
Yeah, this is like my mom left me alone in a room with this shit playing. Like, and then
Oh,
we
yeah.
worry about Cocomelon like rewiring our children.
I know we had like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh my god, that show was wild. That was like Invader Zim before Invader Zim. That was like the same type
Yeah.
of gross, like guttural animation, almost horror-like.
Yeah, Invader Zim, Courage scared me. Well, I was fine with Courage, but what was the one episode where they used like the CGI and it was like a scarecrow?
Yes.
That episode, I
We
was
kept changing distances
terrified.
on it.
Yeah,
Yes, I know
exactly.
exactly
Oh
what you're
my
talking
god,
about.
that was terrifying. The other stuff I was fine with,
Yeah.
but that episode, and
There's a
I
couple
think
like that.
most people like that episode stood out.
The 90s was the best era for kids television, if you really think about it, because not only did it like desensitize you to the normal bullshit that would offend people, but like it was some really cool. You had Goosebumps, you had Legends of the Hidden Temple, you had all these kids game shows running.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know if you caught any of those, but those were fun. There's like Ninja Warrior for
Yeah,
children
yeah.
before Ninja Warrior. So
Yeah.
much fun, so much fun. And then cartoon wise, Ren and Stimpy was one of my first. And Rugrats was. They have a lot of innuendos in Rugrats.
Yeah, Rugrats. Yep.
Yeah, there's so many fan theories around
Yeah.
Rugrats
Yeah, that they're all dead.
that they're all dead, and that Stu is like making toys because he's obsessed with his lost children. It's just, 90s kids are crazy.
Yeah, Rugrats is awesome. There's been some of the new era of cartoons. I feel like not so much lately, but even just like 2010s. Like I don't know if you ever watched Amazing World of Gumball.
I've seen my kids watch it.
But that's one that kind of has that same energy of like it's for kids, but you can watch it as an adult, and there's a lot of exactly.
Nice.
And kind of like regular show, that was another one. But see, now I feel like we're still 15 years ago.
Yeah.
With some of that stuff too.
I mean, I feel like a lot of that stuff just came out.
Yeah.
I still feel like a lot of that stuff.
I know.
Like I talk about Rocket Power like it came out 3 weeks ago. I talk about my fan theories is everybody's high in that show.
Oh yeah.
If you really think about it, everybody's high. The fucking what's his name, Sam or whatever, the Shuby kid or whatever.
Yeah, there's like Uncle Tito.
Uncle Tito, yeah, the little Hawaiian guy at the restaurant. Always quote. He's just in quotes.
That was a good one. There were so many shows back then.
I don't even know what's around for kids to watch. My oldest watches Outer Banks. Like they all watch like real shows now.
Yeah, I hear about Bluey a lot, and the Peppa Pig.
I like Bluey and Peppa.
But I mean, again, that's kind of just like kid shows
That's
for
definitely
kids.
just kid.
Or maybe we're just too old to think it's funny, you know?
Maybe in like 10, 15 years our kids will be like, no, that show was fucked up. Yeah. You know what the parents would talk about when the
You know
kids
how much
went to bed?
Peppa traumatized me?
I was always worried about them rolling off that little fucking hill, man. Holy shit. Like everything's on wheels.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a Marvel fan. I always have been. I had a poster growing up of Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Thor on one poster. All three favorites.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Everything I'm not. Fast and tall and made of metal skeleton.
Yeah, I was always DC. And that was me. Again, it's kind of like the bin of comics that my dad had.
Sure.
90% of them were DC, so that was just what
Happens the way it happens.
You know, Batman is the greatest of all time.
It's debatable. It's debatable. I won't have an argument in
Who
here.
would you say? Spider-Man?
The greatest of all time?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Thor.
No, you're
I'm
crazy.
thinking Thor.
That's controversial.
He's the closest thing to Superman without actually being invincible in the Marvel universe. Maybe Vision, but Vision took the fucking soul stone out of his head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think Thor's badass.
But he's also like based off religion.
He's based off of Norse mythology.
That was their religion, wasn't it?
Technically, it wasn't religion. They were pagans. They were like godless heathens. They had multiple gods.
See, you know this because you're a Thor fan.
I am a Thor fan. I'm a big Thor fan. Not even a Viking in any... I mean, I'm half Scottish. I don't know. I think that counts.
Oh, there you go.
You know, closer to Braveheart than I am Norse mythology.
Yeah. No, it's all mixed.
But the Skyrim stuff, I mean, that's pretty much based off the Ebony Warrior.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
I had my tattoo artist redesign a dragon, and then I threw a guy up there, and then there's a wizard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty nerdy. It looks badass from afar, but you get up on it, you're like, this guy's a dork.
Yeah. Fantasy's the best. Definitely
is.
better than sci-fi.
Yeah, I would agree. Even though I did just watch all of the Star Trek Next Gen recently.
Oh, that's a lot.
All of it. As an adult, I consumed it. Like, I binged it. Based off of a recommendation. He's like, dude, as an adult and who's never seen it, you gotta watch it. And
that's awesome.
Fucking crazy. As a Jewish guy, there's a couple of episodes and they're like, are they making fun of Jews?
Yeah, right.
I've been talking about it like the last 2 episodes. Like, there's an episode called All the Toys, and it's pretty much an episode of that Data. They convince the Starfleet that Data gets killed, and it's really just like this space Jew that kidnaps him. He's an android, so he's like part of his collection. And Data's like, why have you done this? He's like, it's of my entertainment.
Oh my god.
Doesn't have a yarmulke, but it has like this weird hat that comes to a point, and he's got like this weird prosthetic that looks like a rat.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, you're making fun of Jews, you little fuckers.
That's awful.
Late 80s, early 90s was straight goated when it came to making fun of people. Any old shows that you hunt, like I like Stargate SG-1.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of old.
Older.
I mean, older, I was really into Freaks and Geeks, which that was
I like that.
90s, I guess. It would have been.
It was a
But,
cool
I mean,
show.
I would have been a baby, so it's old to me.
That's fair.
But just phenomenal show, and so many careers starting with that show, and, you know, just the knowledge that it got canceled after one season because the episode where she smokes pot and listens to the Grateful Dead.
And then they're trying to escape away to the concert or whatever.
Yeah, and she gets on the bus at the end. So it ended perfectly. It wasn't intentional that was the end of the show, but
it
it
more seasons.
it was so good.
I don't know why it only lasted 1 season. That was the first. It was the first short series before streaming.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the first short series.
Yeah, but that show's phenomenal. And I've been meaning to do it's probably been like a year or two since I've done a rewatch. And I used to watch it constantly, so.
I'm an Office fan, tried and true. I will watch the series of The Office once a year, starting around my birthday, and then I'll just...
And you get to the end of it?
Every time.
See, you might hate me, but I can't. There's a point, and I don't remember where it is, but I just can't go further.
I get it. There are points. I get it. I think for me, like I could see where most people would hop off when Steve Carell left.
I think that's probably it. Yeah.
And then I can see where most people would have hopped off before that, like when Jim and Pam were having issues and shit like that.
Yeah.
I could see it, but I just love that show. I just love the interview style comedy. I love the characters.
Yeah.
I like that they put the writers into the show as background characters. I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, between that and Seinfeld, for probably biggest sitcom of all time.
I would agree with that. I want to do something like the Office style comedy, but for car sales or sales in general.
There you go. That's smart.
Great. I think that would be great. Like Shane Gillis is already doing it with tires. Have you seen that show yet?
Yeah, no, I have. Is it like that style?
It's not interview style, but it's pretty like camera crew following them around kind of quality, which I like. It's like they're pretending they're not there, but they're there.
Yeah,
you know
more immersive.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. No, I haven't seen, and it's shameful. I don't think I've ever seen a Shane Gillis joke.
Really?
I try to, I grew up with stand up, and there are certain people I grew up with, like Jim Gaffigan, Maria Bamford, Aziz Ansari. Are probably I love Aziz. I know people don't love Aziz always, but I love his stand up. It's so funny to me. But especially once I started getting to do comedy, I stopped watching all that stuff because I don't ever want to accidentally steal. And of course, it's always going to be there, that risk, because things just get locked into your brain. But I feel like the less I absorb of it, the smaller that chance is. So, I mean, I didn't know who Shane Gillis was until I started comedy, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's the king of this castle." So but I haven't gone through and watched any of his stuff.
Wow, I would say I'm a fan of his by now. Yeah. Any So is it like you're just avoiding watching comedy altogether?
I mean,
or just who's
I watch enough comedy.
Sure, I was gonna say, that's fair. So you mean consuming it on the phone or on the internet kind of stuff? Yeah,
I just tried, and I still see it, and it's not like I'm like, oh, cover my face when it pops up, but I don't seek it out.
Why do I look over and just see crooked wieners? The fuck, Jay?
Maybe that's a cartoon. We don't know. He didn't give us the context.
There's no context with Jason.
Yeah, Adventure Time, that's another one.
Every time he comes on the show, I call it the Jay Blendowski Files. Held a mess. Oh, really?
Sure.
Did one get held for a sexual reason, Jay? Come on.
That's awesome. I like that it still shows it.
It says you're gay. Yeah, because I'm the moderator. Fuck you, dude. Get out of here.
You can allow it. Deny?
I'm going to allow him.
Yeah.
Yep, and now I won't be able to... I'll just have to clip it out. Whatever. Yeah, we don't want it to get taken down.
Oh, would it really?
It might. If somebody gets salty. Yeah, this isn't Twitter. Twitter, you could practically take a shit live in Twitter, and I'm pretty sure they would boost it.
Yeah,
but
right.
like this, like you have to be mindful, semi-mindful. Like we could say fuck, shit, whatever.
Right.
But you got to be careful. You got to be careful of like the directed hateful stuff. Like right now, he's walking the line. He's not safe. He's right.
That's interesting. Well, it's kind of like, I don't know if you've played any of the recent Call of Duty.
No. Kind of like you did with comedy. I did with Call of Duty because my fucking computer can't handle it.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But their voice chat is extraordinarily strict, which is, for Call of Duty.
Which is my generation's fault.
Right.
Exactly. We're the first generation of Xbox Live. We're the reason why cyberbullying is a thing.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
No, for sure. Yeah, and I play with... Well, was playing. I fell off of it because it's just been so busy. But was playing with a group of comedians, and one of them, Andrew Boss. I don't know if you know him.
I don't.
He, I think he ended up with a 30-day ban, And he wasn't even saying anything. That it might have been something like that, like, oh, you're, whatever. And just immediately the hammer dropped. And it started with, like, a 1-day ban, and then it goes to 2-day, and then, and it was like every time he joined back in the chat, within 20 minutes he was banned.
Damn.
Again.
Now, is it the microphones picking it up, like picking up specific words and banning him, or is it people flagging him?
No, I'd have to imagine it's some kind of, they've got like an AI
automated
going
thing.
through.
That's scary.
Yeah, there's no way people were reporting him.
That's scary.
Because it was even like, if you know when we did not the PlayStation party chat, because we were playing with some Xbox people, so you can't use that.
Yeah.
But even the private chat within Call of Duty was what we were using. It wasn't like we were in, and it still flagged it.
I wonder if it does it if you're like in Discord and it's not in the party chat. I wonder if it still does it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You got to go outside of it.
Yeah.
You go outside of it, you'll be fine. And it's like when I played with just him, we used the PlayStation chat, which that's
it's
private. He just
keeps getting banned.
he was constantly banned. It was so funny.
I mean, I got banned for 3 months on Facebook for calling a bot a whore.
Oh my god.
Like, it was, first of all, it tried to they were trying to convince me they could read my mind and feelings through Facebook Messenger. They're like, I just came across your profile and it's such a big energy in the internet. I'm like, yeah, it sounds right. So I messaged back candidly, like, oh, you know what, it's crazy. I suppress psychosis on a constant basis.
Yeah.
How did you pick up on that? And then I guess they saw my wife on my account and tried to add her, and then she's like, who's this bitch? And then she's like, block that bitch, call her a whore. And I'm like, whore. And then it's 3 months later, I'm back. Now I have 2 Facebook profiles.
Two-Face.
I don't know what to do with that. Do you merge them? Like, do you know if that's a thing? Like, are you able to merge them?
I don't think you can. I think you just gotta, whichever
gotta
one
pick
is the
one.
more poppin', you just gotta stick with that
But
one.
the one that was popping is the one that got banned.
Well.
Oh, fuck. And it's still got flags on it. I don't know how to clear like I hit up Noah because my brother does like a wrestling announcing, like backyard wrestling stuff.
Oh, cool.
He's a ring announcer, and then he wanted to do like comedian commentary, so he was asking me and Noah to do it. And I hit him up, and he's like, "Hey, did you know that like it comes up as like you're a red flag? Like it says you're a scammer." I'm like, "What the fuck?" He sends it to me. I'm like, "Oh, cool." Now I'm the whore.
Yeah, you
No,
are.
I'm the whore. It's not. There's no wrestling thing. I'm just the whore.
That's awesome.
So you do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just pulling up the Twitch chat, so I don't have to wrench my neck.
Yeah, I've got a August 22nd, which is next Friday. I'll be at Upcycle. I guess it's like a gym, like a spin place.
Okay.
And that's ran by Rob Cody and John Montag, who are both fantastic. So I'll be doing that Friday the 22nd. Then Saturday the 23rd, I'll be going to Crave restaurant in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, which is cool because usually, these things are at bars with crappy food, so it'll be nice to be able to get something.
Some crowd work.
We'll see what happens.
So I love crowd work. It's one of my favorite things to do. I find it helpful. Well, I'm sure drinking helps, but I find it helpful to just kind of scan and then pick a couple of people to make fun of.
Yeah.
And if you make fun of yourself a little bit prior, like, they won't care. And you do that a lot already. So
yeah,
that's my only suggestion. Give it a whirl.
No, that makes sense.
Even if you fuck it up.
Yeah, I had talked to a Taylor Mason, who's an incredible comedian. He won he was the MC at Catch a Rising Star. But what was the show? Star Search in the
there's been
90s.
so
It was
many of
basically
them.
like America's Got Talent, but the 90s version
It's almost
of
like
it.
American Idol, but
Right.
for talent.
Yeah, and he won that in I think the 90s, and just fantastic and clean. And his entire set is clean.
Wow.
And he's playing the piano. He's got puppet, like just the most interesting performance I've ever watched. And he was talking about crowd work because he did crowd, and it was just phenomenal. And he had said that he learned it at Catch a Rising Star because there would be huge names, like up and coming names going on, like Gilbert Gottfried, and someone would go on and crush, and then Gilbert Gottfried would go to him, the MC, and go do 10 minutes of crowd work. I don't want to follow that. Yeah. And so he was like, the best way to do it is just to force yourself to do it, and just sink or swim, and then that's kind of how you build it.
And then don't be afraid of the moment where somebody's giving you fucking nothing.
Yeah.
You get to them and you're like, so what do you do? And they're like, I've had that. And I'm like, all right, dude, Jesus Christ. They're like, it happens.
Yeah.
You fuck it up. I find fucking things up is what made me as good at this,
Yeah, there you go.
At comedy, sales. I like crowd work because it is like sales. It's like every single time it's somebody different. Like you're not getting 6 of the same person every single time. So I like that. It's like a little bit of roulette. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, and being a salesman, I'm never really afraid to be told no, because I'm told no 1,000 times a week. More than toddlers, more than puppies. Like, I'm told no a lot. So, like, I feel like the laugh is like the no. As long as long as they laugh, it's not being told no.
Right, there you go.
And even if they do, fuck it. You wouldn't be the first, you won't be the last. You know?
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would like to work on mostly is actually getting shows and actually getting consistent, getting my reps in. I have old material squirreled away. I have some new stuff I've been working on. I really want to start putting it out there.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. People have to like see your face. You know, it's
people
can know you. People can know what you do. But if they're not seeing you on a regular basis, they forget you exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, it's something to strive for. That's kind of why I did this. It's like a way for me to keep in touch with the comedy crowd and try and reach out and, like, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll shift in, pivot, you know, try and make that work.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you got some shows coming up in a week or two, and then after that, any projects? Are you collabing with anybody, working on stuff? If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't. Like we were talking kind of earlier before this started. I'm really focused on getting as much consistent material out as possible. I mean, I would love to do some sketch stuff. I know some friends that have like pitched some sketch up, but I'm not the person that's going to, you know, follow up and make that happen. You know, if somebody wants to reach out to me and say, hey, let's do this, I'll absolutely do it. But I
have a friend that's going to be doing a cartoon soon. I'll give you a buzz.
Oh, cool.
I want to do cartoons in the worst way. Just do voices and shit. It's my favorite.
Yeah, cartoons are awesome.
So you're open for collabs and stuff like that. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Where do you like when you close your eyes and imagine the long term of the comedy career? I mean, you're starting at a perfect time. You know, what do you see? What do you see for the future?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to get to a point where I have the freedom to do whatever I want with it. You know, like you're saying, different projects of you know, and doing things with all these people that I'm meeting that are phenomenal and deserve to be on a national level. You know, it's like things like that is what I think about. It's like when I have the resources available to me to make things happen, like what will they be? And, you know, that's kind of I love the stand-up. I love doing it. I love performing, but it's kind of, for me, a way of getting to a point of creative freedom where, you know, you have the access to the people that you need to get, you know, whatever you want to do. And I'd love to write for, like we said, cartoons or even just, you know, any kind of television. I've just always thought that was so cool. And yeah, so I mean, long term, I'd love to be writing for things or even just making things would be awesome.
Nice. Have you ever written any concepts down for shows or anything? Like, plotted stuff out?
Kind of more like basically like almost fan fiction stuff.
Okay.
Like
Batman.
Like what? Yeah, right. Like what would I write for South Park? What would I write
Batman's
for Rick
new
and Morty?
best friend Holly, just written in, and you're like, hey.
I don't insert myself, but like writing like ideas for shows that already exist.
Okay.
I need to get better with writing things for shows I would make. Because I feel like a lot of times that's what they want to see when you're, you know, submitting things. But I
hear AI is making that easier.
Yeah, well,
like you could just type the prompts in, put a couple of video, and ask it to make the video, and apparently it'll just regurgitate out some craziness.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I don't know. I haven't tried it to assist me with any jokes yet. Some people said it kind of helps, like try and find this angle. Like, but if you can't come up with it on your own, is it really that funny?
Well, the funny thing is, it seems, I mean, I'm not personally very good at seeing through it, but I know some people that will watch a set and be like, that was AI. Like, people that are maybe more in, because I really don't use it.
Really?
But yeah, I mean, and there are even times where I can, like, it's like, you see somebody and you know how they write, and then the next week they've got like this totally and you're like, well, you didn't have that skill last week. So people are using it, but people get mad about it.
Do they?
Yeah.
Anybody been called out on it?
I don't know about called out, but definitely talked about behind
Behind closed
behind the
doors.
back. Yeah.
I don't even use AI for this shit. Like
Right.
I edit everything by hand. I mean, I do it on my phone, but like that's as by hand as
Yeah.
it's gonna get nowadays. But I wouldn't like my couple of my friends run their clips through AI, and it seems okay. But like I'm not having it make jokes or construct a joke. I feel like that kind of takes away a little something. But you said you noticeably see the difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me personally, it's been people that their style dynamically changes like within the span of a week, and then it's like, all right, that makes
It's like immediate growth. Somebody
and there
took
are some people that admit to it as well, which
Okay.
I mean, I don't think they ever should. But no, I know there have been, and then there have also been. I feel like lately there have been people I've seen come out of nowhere with a really solid set, but it sounds very familiar. And I don't know if it's joke stealing or they're using AI, which is joke stealing because it's using content that's
Sure.
already out there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's, kind of just like, again, it's getting blended together where it's like a mix of stealing jokes and also using AI and not realizing. Because, I won't say, but I saw somebody have a phenomenal set and, again, it just came out of nowhere.
Right.
But it was like, I feel like I've heard this before, or at least like very close to it, and other people saying the exact same thing, like, oh, that there was something off about that,
Right.
and it makes you think AI because you're like, all right, well, maybe they're not outright stealing things, but maybe they're putting things into AI, and AI is just grabbing things off the internet that already
Yeah.
exist, and
Could
that's
be
why it sounds
Could
familiar.
be ripping off a Louis C.K. bit. And
Right,
a little bit of Bill
exactly.
Burr here peppered in.
Because
Okay.
that text is out there
True.
for the big comedians.
Yeah, well, now that you put it that way, I was originally going to, like, my brain was going to, well, I guess it's not that big a deal if AI is helping you write jokes and helping you construct it better and helping you grow. But now that you put it that way, like, it's actually not. It's pulling from other people's shit.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
would
I think it's probably helpful maybe to people who are first starting and don't understand that structure, but you should still be putting your own thoughts into it.
Yeah, your life.
And if you're a more veteran comic, you know that structure. So then it's
Right.
like, well, what's it doing for you?
Right. That's fair. Wow, what a crazy time to be a comedian. What a crazy ass time. There was, I mean, when I made the decision to start doing it again and start actually getting back into it, like, I kind of got back into a world where it's like almost not cool to make jokes about certain things and like
Right.
make fun of people. Like I came up embracing your differences. Like I'm a short, furry Jewish dude. Like that's supposed to be something you make fun of. So I make fun of my buddy who's tall and goofy looking, or this dude who's fat. Like that's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Like you kind of got back into it at the same time, or you got into it at the same time. Did you find that there were any things that you didn't feel comfortable joking about?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like there's been a little bit of a reversal on that, where, I hate to use the word woke, but the intentions behind that
Sure.
was pure. It
Sure.
was, make everybody feel comfortable, make everybody feel accepted. And then, it kind of got to a point where it was just overkill,
Yeah.
and then people really rejected it.
Yeah.
And then now we're kind of seeing the opposite happen because it was pushed so much that people just want, like, I mean,
Now
I
it's
see
back to
people,
bullying.
yeah, I see people do offensive and just crush. Now, granted, there's room for everything. And if you go to Philly with certain jokes, no matter what, they are going to let you bomb.
Sure.
But I mean, South Jersey,
Nah.
South Jersey and Delaware, you can
You could pretty much.
do whatever you want.
And that's why I like to do. I had Matt Peoples at my show at the 25 Club. They don't care. Like,
Yeah.
Like some of the comedians, like I had Steve Neely. He was asking me if there's any things he shouldn't say, and I'm like, nah. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what not to say. You know what.
Right,
You
yeah,
know what words
exactly.
are gonna get you knocked the fuck out.
Exactly.
Like you know how to structure it, but like, nah, you're right. South Jersey, that's pretty. It's a little unhinged.
Yeah.
I haven't been to any places in Philly that have like purposely made you bomb because you talk about something, but then again, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Wow. I did actually get a couple of your clips in. I had a couple of Holly's clips, just two of the ones from your Instagram. It's about 4 minutes long. Did you want to plug any of your socials? Do you have a YouTube, by the way?
I do. My YouTube is very underdeveloped.
Okay.
I put everything on Instagram.
Okay.
And then I put most of it on Reddit.
Okay.
I try to remember to put it on YouTube. And it's so funny because, like, I have subscribers on there because, again, people from Reddit looking me up and then subscribing on YouTube. So I have subscribers on there. I recently just threw up my funniest tape from the second round that I did not get through. But it was a really good tape. So I just threw it up on YouTube, and it's at, like, almost like 500 views. And I'm like, who's watching this?
I mean, you'd be amazed what people will watch. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you're funny, so I could see why they're watching. You said the Philly's funniest tape?
Yes.
Oh, nice. And how far did you make it?
So I got through to the second round.
Okay.
And then I did have a really good set that I was very proud of. Didn't make it through, but I had actually been in a bad car accident like 3 days before it.
Oh.
And so I was just proud that I was able to, like, pull it together. And because I didn't know if I was going to be able to, like, just get up and do it. And then had a really good set. So I was proud of it. You know, and there's a lot of solid people in the final, so it'll be interesting. I think it's today, actually, so we'll know.
The finals today?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Who's in the final?
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember everybody, but Matt Liam is in it. Ebony Moore, she's hilarious. She actually has a special.
I've heard of her.
Matt Burkett, he's super funny. He's from Poland. Who else?
Look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm totally blanking.
I'm a terrible podcast host. I don't know any of this shit.
Yeah, Austin Whitehead made it through.
Philly's
He's great.
Helium Comedy Club. Hold on, let's share the wealth, shall we? Show and tell. Here we go. Get out of here. Semi-final tickets. It's in the semi-final right now.
No, so what does that say? No, it's finals.
Oh wow!
That,
you can't see
yeah,
that
because
shit
that's
for-
the date. I can't.
Okay, August 18th. That's tomorrow.
I don't know why they labeled it as semifinals though.
Okay.
They
It
might
doesn't-
have it
get
on
outta
their
here, I don't need help.
Instagram.
Get out of here. All right, we're just gonna get out of here. We're just gonna get the fuck out of here before this computer fucking. All right, so I'm gonna play a couple of your clips. Give me 1 second. There you go. Holly Huff, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, my name is Holly Huff and I have autism. Thank you. Asperger's if you're nasty. I wasn't diagnosed with autism until I was 25, which was a crazy experience. The craziest part was how quickly my mom switched from when am I getting grandkids to you're on birth control, right? But I don't have kids, won't be having kids. Because for me, there's a lot of risks I have to think about having kids, you know? Because if I had a kid, there's a chance it could come out completely normal. No autism whatsoever. And I don't know what I would do if I had a kid and it wanted to play baseball. I'm not equipped to handle that situation. Like, you can do art classes or Minecraft summer camp. We're not doing baseball, not in this house. I'd just constantly be looking for ways to build a connection that just isn't there. Like, hey bud, wanna come hang in the living room, watch Batman 1989? He's like, oh, well, can we watch the Nolan trilogy? Because they're the best Batman movies. I'm like, no bud, they're not. For a lot of reasons you just can't understand. Remember that talk we had about the impact Heath Ledger's death had on the Batman canon? No, you weren't listening. You were thinking about your crush at school. What the fuck am I gonna do with you? Seriously, is there some kind of shock therapy place in the Middle West we could send this kid? Can't deal with this anymore. He's always so calm at the grocery store. It's unnatural. Always talking about football but can't name a single statistic. It's like he doesn't even understand the only fun part about sports. Come on, son, just tell me one player's passing yards so I know there's hope. That's it. Go to your room and don't come out until you can tell me every dinosaur from the Cretaceous period. Whether or not they make a Lego set for it. And which one do you want? Because we can go halvesies, but I want to build the tail. it's a trick question. They've all got tails.
1,000-pound sisters. It's the best show. My only problem is they're always thanking God for things. You know, like the one sister, the bigger sister, she almost dies for like the 10th time. But they get her in the hospital and she pulls through. So they bring in the other sister and they interview her and she's like, we asked God for a miracle and he gave us one. It's like, no. God hates you. You're the 1,000-pound sisters. God was in a pissed off mood and he said, them. Those sisters. Well, what do you want us to do to them, God? Everything. Put them in Kentucky. Give them a mother who never hugs them and only feeds them Mountain Dew. And what about their father? Exactly. It's a crazy show. I always wonder, like, how did that show even come into existence? You know, like, where do they find these 1,000-pound sisters? Did a television producer discover them in a Walmart? These gals are gonna be stars. You've got it, baby. Her arm stuck in a Pringles can.
And then there we're back. Yeah. So that was Holly Huff, ladies and gentlemen. There's a couple of her clips. Holly, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for
You are
having
welcome
me.
back anytime. And now that you know that it's only creepy until you get in here. It's only creepy until you get in here. It's pretty cool. Holly Huff Comedy, right? On everything?
Yes.
On everything. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you heard me. You heard her, guys. Like, subscribe, follow, share. And thanks for joining in, Shay, and making it super hella awkward.
Yeah.
And bye, everybody. Peace.
I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice. These my motives, bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no, you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition, they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right, cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me.